Hello, my remote learners. I thought we could take some time and read this book. It's backwards. Hang on. There we go. It's not backwards anymore. So this book is called Stink and the Shark Sleepover. I don't know if you've ever read any of the Judy Moody series, but Stink is Judy Moody's little brother. And he has his own book series now. So the back of the book says the following: sleepy, sleepier, sleepiest, not. When Stink's parents win tickets to an aquarium sleepover for the whole family, could it be science freak Stink's dream come true or his worst nightmare? He loves learning about sharks, but does he want to sleep in the same room with them? He's nuts about gross stuff. But does he want to go to bed thinking about the eating habits of the vampire squid? Creepy, creepier, creepiest. Yikes. Chapter 1. There will be sharks. Sleepy, sleepier, sleepiest. Not. Stink had to wait. Wait and wait and wait some more for Mom and Dad to come home from their fancy dance. Chloe, the babysitter, was popping popcorn in the kitchen. Trying to stay awake is worse than holding your breath underwater, Stink told Judy. He yawned. Why don't you just go to bed? Judy asked. Because Mom and Dad went to a thingy. A fundraiser thingy. And it raises money for your heart. So they get to bid on prizes and they might win stuff. And if they win the best prize, I get a trip to Montpelier, Stink yawned. The capital of Vermont? No, not Vermont. James Madison's house, right here in Virginia. I should have known, said Judy. You get to cook on a fire and dig for old stuff. Stink yawned some more, and make a brick. Vermont would be cooler, said Judy. Vermont has teddy bears and maple syrup and Vermontosaurus. Stink did not hear a word Judy said about Vermont. He had fallen asleep, right smack dab in the middle of the family room floor, curled up next to Charlie, a creepy puppet, Astro, guinea pig, Toady, a toad, and Mouse, a cat, and Hoodoo, Voodoo, Gilgamesh, and Fred, yarn zombies. Look at that. He is sound asleep on the floor with all of those dolls and zombies and animals. Chloe came back with the popcorn. Aw, he looks so sweet when he's asleep. A sleeping Stink is a good thing, said Judy. We're home, called Mom and Dad. Anybody up? Stink popped up as if he'd never been asleep. Did we win? Mom rubbed her feet. Dad took off his tie. Mom hung up her purse. Dad and Mom said goodbye to Chloe. Chloe waved goodbye to Judy and Stink. Stink looked from Mom to Dad. So, did we win? Did we? We won, said Dad. I won an antique doorstop. Stink's face fell. Dad's kidding, said Mom. I won an autographed cookbook. What? Said Stink. The only thing worse than a doorstop is a cookbook. Goodbye, Vermont, said Judy. Hello, Meatloaf. So, no trip to James Madison's house? Asked Stink. We did win a trip, said Dad. But not to James Madison's house, said Mom. Stink's heart sank. To where, then? The aquarium, said Mom in a much too chipper voice. Stink's shoulders sank. The aquarium? The aquarium is not Montpelier. The aquarium is not James Madison's house. Although you could say James Madison is sleeping with the fishes, Dad joked. But this trip, said Mom, is a sleepover. Uh-oh, said Judy under her breath. You get to see the aquarium after it closes, said Dad, and spend the night. Double uh-oh, Judy mumbled. You sleep there? The whole night? Stink asked. Till the next morning? Stink's afraid of sleepovers, said Judy. Am not, said Stink. What about the time you tried to sleep over at Webster's and his glow-in-the-dark Star Wars poster freaked you out so bad you came home at 8 o'clock? So, Vader was staring a hole right through me. And the sleepover at Grandma Lou's, the time you heard a ghost? There really was a chipmunk in her attic, said Stink. You were scared too. Kids, Dad warned. Besides, said Stink, I was only 7 then. You're still 7. 7 3/4. Stink turned to Mom and Dad. Will there be sharks? Stink asked eagerly. There will be sharks, said Dad. Stink took in a breath. Yippee, he yelled. A shark sleepover! No fair, said Judy. How come I never get to go on a big deal fancy sleepover? We'll tag along too, Dad told Judy. It's for the whole family. Double yippee, said Judy. And Stink can invite a friend, said Mom. Stink ran upstairs. He came back with his arms full of stuff, shark stuff. What is all this junk? Judy asked. It's for the big sleepover. There's my shark sleeping bag, and Leroy, my stuffed tiger shark that I use for a pillow sometimes, and my big mouth book of sharks. Is that all? Judy teased. Oh, yeah, I can't forget to wear my shark tooth necklace. The sleepover's not till Friday, said Dad. So, Stink ran upstairs again and came back wearing slippers on his hands. Check it out, shark slippers. Just then, the phone rang. Judy answered it. After a little while, she said, Stink, it's for you. For me? Who is it? It's Sophie, the shark sleepover stealer, Judy whispered. Huh? Stink grabbed the phone. Hello? Guess what? Said Sophie of the elves. I just found out I won a trip to the aquarium. A sleepover! But I just won a trip to the aquarium, said Stink. I know. My mom said there were 2 prizes. We both won. And guess who I'm inviting? Webster. I was going to invite Webster too, said Stink. Yay! So all 3 of us get to go on the sleepover together. Sweet, said Stink. Stink slipped the shark slippers on his feet this time. He rubbed the shark tooth necklace. Shark sleepover, here we come. That's the end of chapter 1. But here are some facts about sharks and aquariums. This is called Tanks a Lot. The Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta is the world's largest aquarium. The shark tank alone holds 6.3 million gallons of water. Whoa! The Shanghai Ocean Aquarium has the longest underwater viewing tunnel in the world at 492 feet. That's as long as 5 basketball courts. The aquarium at Ushaka Marine World in South Africa is built up from an old cargo ship to imitate a shipwreck. Shark attack at the mall. When a 33-ton tank in a Chinese shopping center burst, lemon sharks spilled out into the crowd. Those are some really interesting shark facts. All right, that is the end of chapter 1 of Stink and the Shark Sleepover. Join me in a little while for chapter 2.